Hi everyone, this is Diane. I have finished all three of the Christmas book covers. I started them yesterday. I had not started on this one, but I finished them, so let me just show them to you. This one was completed when we ended the video yesterday. And this one, I had done part of it. So there is the beautiful reindeer and wreath and ornament fabric, and since the background is pink, I put this really pale pink vintage trim on it, and the beautiful patchwork print fabric that has the colors without the pink, but all the other colors. Even this kind of a teal green kind of matches some of the ornaments and stuff. So that was perfect. I didn't know what to put on the inside. I looked through all kinds of papers, and then I decided to look at my computer stationery, and I found this one, and I thought that would work really well. So I centered the design on it and cut the paper to fit, and I like the way that looks. And the third journal is a little golden book called Santa's Surprise Book. I love the Santa on the front. And again, I used the flexible file folder like I did on this one. The deer one has a very sturdy chipboard cover or spine. And I used this plaid fabric and put some green rickrack on it. And I just pulled this out of one of my scrapbook papers to cover the back. That it had a lot of scribbling on the inside covers and on the back, so I covered them up. This is from one of the song books, Here Comes Santa Claus, and this is a continuation of Here Comes Santa Claus. So what I want to do next is pick out some papers. I have 3 different sizes of journals, and this one is going to be very unique, so I want to start with that one. First, I'm going to look through the Christmas supplies that I have, but I also pulled out lined paper, ledger paper, calendar pages, and other things like that to look through after I go through the Christmas supplies. First, let's look at a Christmas card, see if I have any cards that are small enough to go in a journal this size. This one would be, but I think that one I want to tuck in a pocket because it's tied together. I don't know if I want to sew it into a signature. That one I'll tuck into a pocket. That one's a little too big. It could go in this pocket though, in a pocket in this journal. That would be adorable. That one would fit. Oh, how about this one? I think that would fit. And it's a handmade card from 1986. Oh, that's adorable. I could sew that in or tuck it into a pocket. And that's a possibility. Okay, I think we have enough cards. The envelopes are a little big. Okay, that's it for now. I do have these pages. There are 6 folios like this. A 2-page connected spread is called a folio, and there are 6 of those. But in these little books, there's not 2 signatures, there's just 1. So I'm not going to try to put all the pages in order. I already have this as an end paper, so I could use that as a page. This is the book I used for the end papers in Santa's Surprise. Let's have an old-fashioned Christmas. This isn't going to be able to contain the whole title of a song, of a song. If I pull the sheet out, I could probably get 2 pages out of one sheet to go in this book. So I'll do that, and then I know I have another songbook in here too. So this will get me 2 pages. And I don't know how many signatures I'm going to do. There are, I mean, it's only a 1.5 inch spine instead of a 2-inch spine. I can put a piece of the wrapping paper in there. So I'll have a different wrapping paper in different signatures. Let's do this one too. If I do 3 signatures. I can put an ornament piece in here, or I might just do these scrapbook papers, because these are kind of, they look like they could go with the Richard Scarry images. I bought this at that craft booth, and I wonder if the lady that donated this stuff used her craft knife on top of that. But that's okay. Yeah, that's slit too. So is that, how many pages did it go through? 3. Some on that. I'm going to use this page because I can cut it. It might have a little bit of a slit on some of it, but this would be 1 page and this would be another page, and they look like 2 different pages. I used that for the back on the other book, but they just look like they could have been done by the same artist. They don't really look like Richard Scarry's work, but you know, they look similar. I like this Christmas tree. I don't know if I'll use the little Christmas fairy paper. But I like the ones, oh, that's cute. I like the ones with the candy. Lots of owls. Okay, I think we have enough scrapbook paper. I have another Christmas songbook. We need 1 more page. And I love this green print on it. Jingle bells. What else have I got in here? Oh, I've got these. Definitely use some of those. Let me find them all. And some craft pages. Here they are. So I'm not worrying about cutting anything at this point. I'm just going to pull papers for all 3 journals. I'm going to put these pages inside the book, keep them safely. This goes with Santa's surprise. The 3rd journal doesn't have any book pages. I think that will be too small, or too big. I'll put one of those in. There's this one. I have 4 different ones. This one just says Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. And this one has the fold lines too, like that one does. And we have this one. I think I will do 3 signatures, but they will not have as many pages because the spine is smaller. And I don't know if I'll use any of these in this book because these are large images. Here's a smaller one. Okay, I could cut this. Yeah, I could do that. Okay, that is the Christmas supplies that I have. I don't have any digitals. I could print some, but I'm trying not to. So let's see how many pages I would have. This would be 2 pages, 4 pages. We have Halloween over here, and Old Saint Nick. I'll just take those 2 pages. This would be 2 pages too if I cut it in half. I'm just going to say that's 1 page for each signature. This is 1 page for each signature. So 1, 2, 3, 'Where'd all the music paper go that I pulled already? Oh, there should just be 1 more. I don't know where I put it already. Oh, here it is. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4 pages for each signature. 5, 6, 7. If I put 3 of these pattern pages in, that would be enough. So I'll just take a half a page. So I'll just put all of those in. Plus I will have 2 more. So that's about 9 pages per signature. 10. And I think that's enough because, like I said, it's a smaller signature. Or I would just put more pages in and not decorate as much, because I do want to include some of the vintage ledger. These are the red and green printed ones, and they're small. So I would like to include some of these. Trying to find the center. Come on, where's the center? Because I do want to have some lines for writing, some pages for writing. So what do I have for writing on? We have that one. the backs of these can be written on, and I have the stationery pieces that can be written on. So we do have some. And I have this little book. This one isn't in signatures, I don't think. I think it's just glued in. Yeah. So I'll put some of those in. I just pulled out a bunch of little things. This is the Great Northwestern Telegraph Company of Canada. And this little paper. And this one. Okay, I think we have enough. And I will worry about cutting these to size later. If I get all the pages pulled, then I can put all the excess papers away. And I'll just pull the same papers for both of the other ones because I can use the same. So I might want different scrapbook papers. I have this paper and two of each, so each journal can have one of these. And I have two of the vellum. And if I have a scrap left over, I'll make sure it gets into the little book. I wonder what this giant card would look like in here. How much would I have to cut off? If I cut up here, I would cover up the for my wife part. I might be able to fit that in here in this bigger journal. I could cut it in half, and then I would have 2 pages for it. I think I'll try that. So that's 2 pages for that one. Let's look at the craft pages. There's 2 pages for this one. Okay, so that's 1, 2 pages for each signature. That's 3 pages for each signature. And I'm going to put this poinsettia one down here also. I might want to use one of those pages to fold up and just use as a journaling page. Music. I have a couple of different music books and some sheets that came out of other books. I just pulled the Christmas ones out. That one says Christmas songs. We have Jingle Bells. another Jingle Bells. Actually, I'm going to take something out of here. Deck the halls. Okay, so we have one music sheet for each signature. One, two, three, four. Five. Wrapping paper. Well, these are end papers that came out of a book. I could at least use them for tag backgrounds or something. It probably came from a craft book. I'm just putting miscellaneous pages out here now. This is a Christmas Customs paper that came with a collection of stuff from the government back in the 1930s, I think it was. Distributed by the Washington Bureau, 1932. And the deer one doesn't have, I should put more in the deer pile because that doesn't have book pages. There is some wrapping paper, and I'll divide that up. And I have the holiday card lists. I'm just going to put these with the deer book. I'm losing track of the count, but that's okay. We'll figure it out. So this was a Christmas record book to keep track of gifts and parties and Christmas cards and stuff. And this is a pocket. So I could put it in a signature like this. I'll have to trim it down and glue it as a pocket. And there are enough to do one in each journal. I have that one, just one of those. I think I'll make a journal card out of that silhouette of the reindeer. Now, let me look at the calendars. First of all, I have this green manuscript paper that I wanted to use. I think I'm almost out of this green manuscript paper. I really love it. I have these green pages. So if I put this in one signature and this in another signature, and one of these in another signature, that will count as one for each signature, right? Are you with me? Okay, these are the calendar pages. I also have some solid red and green copy paper. I'll put this with the little book. phosphorescent green. I have this typing paper I can use. I'm probably pulling more than I need, but I'm just going to pull them so I know what I want to end up with. I have this beautiful Italian Florentine paper. And I think I have another, I think I pulled out two, but I didn't, of the gold ones. Let's look at the calendar pages. Now this says December, but I wouldn't use the top part. So I might just use, I'll just pull out some December pages. That could go in a little book if I wanted it to, if I have room for it. I like this because it's got green and I could cover the tractor or leave it. This one has a pocket. If I put it in like that, it would have a side pocket. And these are just small pieces that I could fold in like that. I like that one. And maybe I'll do an envelope in each one. I'll put 3 in case I want to do one in the middle of each signature. We'll figure that out as we go. And I have some more green printed. I got out some old ledger, but I don't think I'm going to need it. Got enough other papers. I've got some green graph paper, I mean. Oh, and it's got green lines on the back. And then this green paper. All right. I'll use this one. It's got green lines also. So I think that's enough, and probably more than enough. So the next step would be to go through and cut down the pages for each size of the journal. So I'll have to do that one at a time so I don't get my numbers mixed up, because they're all different. So far, so good. Now, I think that this Nutcracker paper, which is not vintage, might be cute in the Richard Scarry book, because it's all about the mice going around the house on Christmas Eve and seeing what is there, including ornaments and gifts. And there are mice there. It's a really cute little book. If you've never read Richard Scarry's Christmas Mice, it's really cute. Let me see, where are we time-wise? Oh, that wasn't bad. I didn't even pull out these papers for these journals. And I do want to include some of the Santas and candy, at least in this one. I don't think there are any deer. Well, there's that deer. There's some deer. Let's find some deer. I like the gingerbread houses. I've got some deer there. Oh, there's some round Santas. I could just punch them out and use them for embellishments. And the squares too. There's some little deer on that. 15 minutes. All right, so let's figure out how big we want these cute little pages. This is 4 3/4, slightly bigger, but I want the pages to be 4 1/2, no bigger than 4 1/2 by 5. This is even cut straight. Looks pretty straight. So if I want the pages 4 1/2, they should be 9 inches. So I can fold them in half and get 4 1/2. I usually cut the wrapping paper a little bit shorter than the other pages because I don't want it sticking out and getting damaged because the paper is thinner than other papers. What did I say, 5? This way. Yep, no, 5 1/2. So I'll make it 5 1/4, just so it's a little bit smaller. That's a cute little paper. Oh, I didn't pick out reading cards for the bigger books. I love this one. I think that would work in the tall deer book. Maybe I should put the tall ones in there. There's a tall envelope. That could go with that one maybe. But I want to sew them into the signatures, I think. Or tuck them in. I just want to make sure I include some vintage cards. Look at that cute little one. This one is Santa's Surprise. I like that Noel. I can't possibly use all of these. Okay. I pulled stuff. I'll put them in my container over there. Now, where were we? I just want to use this little piece here. Okay, that one's going to be short also. Rather than cut this, I'm just going to fold it up. And I'll probably have to reinforce that. It's fragile. And it's 4 inches wide, so that'll work. just shaved a little bit off of that. 5.5. Four and a half by 5.5. And I will definitely save these to do something with. Probably not in these journals, but could be. I could glue them to the back of journaling cards. So I told you yesterday that I did the grocery shopping for my mom and picked up a prescription for my dad after that, and got to visit with them and my brother. And then she called me last night, yesterday afternoon, I guess. I am just going to trim the fold part off, because I'm not going to try to keep these in order. You just get the cute pictures. The little mice in each picture. They're so adorable. So I want that to be 4.5. So she called me yesterday afternoon and she said, I'm missing something. I don't have my ice cream. Didn't I ask you to go to Tops and get the ice cream? And I said, no. But I will get you some, but I'll get it tomorrow. So she told me what kind they wanted. And then this morning she called me again before I left the house and said that Dad wanted some applesauce. He's got some tooth problems. That's why my brother's taking him to the dentist. Took him yesterday and he took him today. He had work done last week, I think it was, and now there's a problem that is going to require the surgeon assist or something, they said. Whoops, I bumped the camera. So he has trouble eating. He said he's on the antibiotic now, so he's doing better, but he still can't eat chewy, hard stuff. So he wanted applesauce. So, you know, if my parents want something and they can't go get it for themselves, I want to make sure they have it, because if I wanted something, I would want somebody to go get it for me if I couldn't do it. So I went out. I knew Dad would be gone because my brother was taking him back to see the surgeon today. And I just bought the ice cream and the applesauce and I took it to my mom. She wasn't feeling well. She took her morning meds without eating breakfast and it upset her stomach. And she wanted me to stay and keep her company. So I did that. I stayed for quite a while. And she got to feeling better. And about the time she said I could go, my dad and my brother came back. So I just met them outside, said goodbye, wished my brother a happy birthday, came home. So I got a late start in here again. Look at that little mouse sitting on the candy cane. Tomorrow, I don't know if she'll have an errand for me tomorrow or not, but I do have a hair appointment. I'm going to get my hair trimmed finally. I want to get it trimmed before I go away for my vacation. I'll try to get some work done in here before my hair appointment, which isn't until 2:30, I think. It's either 2 or 2:30 in the afternoon. So I should be able to get something done in here. I'm doing prep work now. I don't consider this creative work. I guess you could say selecting the papers could be creative, but this is the prep work. Look at the cookies. Little mouse. This one has a mouse poking out of the chimney. That's all the pages. I don't know where I put that nutcracker paper. There it is. Let's do the other wrapping paper. I didn't cut this one down. Trying to look for a straight edge. I guess it could be that one. You guys ever get a song stuck in your head and it's there for days? Right now, I have a Billy Joel song in my head, and it's not my favorite Billy Joel song. Seems like whenever I get one stuck in my head, if I've listened to a whole album, I get my least favorite song of the album in my head for days. But right now I have Billy Joel, She's Got Away, I think is the name of the song. It's not horrible, but it's not my favorite. And I was listening to ABBA in my car, not Billy Joel. Got Valentine's on that side, so I'll probably cover that. This page is 10 and it's almost 11 inches, so I'm going to cut it at 5.5, which is what I need anyway. Let me see what we've got so far. 1, 2, I know that there are 6 pages there, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 might be enough for this, but I can't, no, that can't be right because I still have these and music. I'm not going to let it be right. I'm going to cut what I want for this. Should have made the signature 2 inches. What did I say I had? 6 pages, so this is 7. We'll do 2 scrapbook papers for each signature. Oh, I tore that one. Oh, that was the one that was slit. I can patch that. So that's 8 pages per signature. And I did the wrapping paper. I'm going to make sure I do music paper. I'll probably cover that up. I'm going to have to let you go. I'll have to edit some. Well, I don't know if I'll edit it out or not. Some of my videos are longer and I don't have the problems uploading that I used to. I have a new internet since I moved. But I just have to add the greeting cards. So let's see which ones will be folded into the signature. He'll be in a pocket. 1, 2. I think I'll put those in pockets. I have at least 2 that'll go. Let me see this. It's front and back. 3. So that's quite a few pages, and I still have these. I think I can add these pages in. So we got some stuff done today. The journal covers are finished and papers are selected, and now I'm starting to cut the papers. And then we can start assembling things. How exciting. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I hope you were being crafty along with me. And I'll see you soon. Have a creative day. Bye.